My story of migration begins with a police officer knocking on my door in the middle of the day, shortly after I arrived in Calgary from Los Angeles in 2008. The robbery, which was being investigated, the reason why the police were knocking at my door, had taken place in a unit directly below ours, where some thugs had broken into a vacant apartment unit next to that one, and then they proceeded to demolish a hole in the party wall between the two units and then rob the apartment unit below us. It did make me start thinking about things much differently, both in terms of architecture, urban space, and even just being an immigrant in a new place. Prior to that, I had always thought about immigration, migration, architecture even, myself as being some sort of positive form, some new thing that was behaving in an otherwise foreign site. But this act, which reminded me of Israeli military tactics, actually, where they literally demolish walls as a form of urban warfare, it made me think of architecture in a more subtractive way. Not to say that it's negative, but actually the subtraction and that the void can be a very positive way of understanding how to read and engage and interact with new spaces and new places. And I think that that's really an underlying problem that's presented to us in the Migrating Landscapes competition. My own project takes a unit that produces landscape field effects not only in Calgary but many other cities around the world, which is the single-family suburban home. While landscapes are often framed as natural conditions, one radically growing element in cities is the proliferation of these homes, and they form a field condition, a landscape effect themselves. And so to interact with that, my model addresses radical subtractions, the radical production of voids within that form, programmatic, tectonic, sculptural, as a way of engaging those things and understanding how interacting with those conditions might actually be a way of respecting the landscape, something that I think at the end of the day is a very Canadian mode of operation and something that I think I've learned from coming to Canada. So that is my design.